as the center, as a flower that does not, a student is not a hammer, something that has to be hammered into some shape, but a flower that has to be allowed to bloom. And the role of the teachers is to be those gardeners that know how to create the soil, which is the ecosystem, how to nourish it with water, with sunlight and so on. And the three aspects, head, heart and hand, which Upanishads very beautifully say the Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva and the Adhyatma. Adhibhuta is the material nature, and an understanding of that nature and how it works can only happen through contextual education. And when that happens, as the pandemic has shown us, it leads to material freedom, because the supply chains, when they broke, even today, countries like London and the US are struggling with supplies because they were dependent too much on the foreign economies. So contextual survival, not just survival, but self-sufficiency is the future. Local features is the future. And that can only happen through a contextual education. Because when I remember my childhood, we knew everything. I was one of those toppers, by the way. And we knew all about the Amazon forests and the savannas and everything, and which soil is there in Maharashtra and what grows there. But after 20 years, when I went back to my hometown, I realized that I did not know what I could grow in my own backyard. So that is the contextual education piece that is missing. And then we have a part of us, other than the material, the hand is the Adhidaiva, which is our emotional and mental, how we connect to nature and society. And that can only happen when kids are allowed to think higher order, their curiosity is allowed, and that leads to social transformation. And finally, what India can contribute to the world, and it should not shy away, is Adhyatma, the spiritual education, the big question of who am I and what am I here to give to the world. And that one can only realize through experiential education, when one engages with oneself and the world, and that leads us to personal transformation.